It's incredible how one simple sound can have enormous suggestive powers. The most basic song, or even a single noise, can evoke time and place, stir up emotions and memories, or even influence what we're thinking. But it's most likely that it hasn't just passed the hour, and this is definitely not the BBC. This is a programme which will explore the manipulation of sound and music in the media. How is it used? Why is it used? And how aware are we of what we're actually listening to? The media uses a huge armoury of tricks and techniques to arrive at the slick images and sounds we're presented with each day. Alongside editing, camera angles, computer graphics or special effects, music is just one of the many means used in the process of creating the smooth programmes that we, the public, receive. And for the most part, we don't mind this tinkering. We forgive broadcasters for manipulating reality in return for better television and radio. But over time, these techniques have become so common that sometimes we forget they're being used. How conscious are we really of what's being fed to us day in, day out? Is it possible that we become so used to things that we no longer even notice what we're listening to?
George W. Bush returned to Washington today to address the Senate in the last of his official responsibilities as outgoing president. Mr. Bush was in a light-hearted mood to talk about his future diplomatic role for the United States and his remaining political ambitions.
Members of Congress, distinguished citizens and fellow citizens. Every year, by law and by custom, we meet here to threaten the world. Our first goal is to show utter contempt for the environment. I have sent you a comprehensive energy plan to devastate communities, kill wildlife, and burn away millions of acres of treasured forests. This government is taking unprecedented measures to protect our people and defend our homeland. We've begun inoculating troops and first responders against ballistic airports. And this year, for the first time, we must offer every child in America 3 nuclear missiles.
Music is far more than just a filler to pad out empty backgrounds with. It has associative powers and a subtlety which make it one of the most potent tools available to a broadcaster. We all know intuitively about its semiotic nature. We just rarely recognise it consciously in our day-to-day lives. Everybody knows that different music has different connotations. It can range from signifying countries and cultures, right down to specific social demographics. Broadcasters use the associative power of music all the time. Take TV themes, for example. Programme producers try and make their theme tunes give us an idea of what their shows are like. It might be that they want you to know about the high drama and nerve-shredding life or death situations that go hand in hand with, say, Casualty. Or maybe they want you to know that the show's a little more light-hearted altogether. The news is a great example of a programme telling its audience what it's all about. Theme tunes for television news have been stately and important for years, always heralding the news with grand openings and fanfares. They want to convey to us the great significance and urgency that the latest developments in current affairs merit. But in 1999, the BBC broke from tradition with a new theme tune. Prompted, amongst other things, by the advent of 24-hour rolling news, this was part of a larger rebranding by the BBC News Department, as it looked to clothe itself in a modern garb. Instead of fanfares, the newsreaders were greeted with electronics and a techno beat. It was saying, "This is the BBC. It's fast, it's modern, and it's digital." While in one way this was another link in the chain of evolving news theme tunes, it was also a major landmark in a changing culture within the news. In this modern age, everything is immediate and everything is dramatic. If you want something, it comes at the touch of a button. The internet, Twitter, iPhones, GPS, all examples of what the here and now generation has come to expect. And it was partly a response to this modern audience and their demands that the news evolved. News broadcasters now feel they need to shout louder and more often to keep the attention of their goldfish-minded listener and stop their mouse finger hovering over a million other channels. Fundamental in all this has been the music and sounds being used. They've tried to make themselves more important by demanding the attention of their audience with flashing lights and beating drums. Here's Bill Bailey with his thoughts on the matter.
But the BBC, I think it's gone too far the other way. The BBC news team sounds like some sort of apocalyptic rave.
Time now for a commercial break.
There's a magical place, we're on our way there, with toys in the millions all under one roof. It's called Toys R Us. Soon after bedtime, when dark nighttime falls, Jeffrey and helpers stock up all the shelves. From ceiling to floor, books, board games and bikes, teddies, puppets and dolls, bags, spaceships and trikes. There's millions, says Jeffrey, all under one roof. It's called Toys R Us, Toys R Us, Toys R Us.
Nowhere is music more vital than in advertising. It's been a constant presence since the birth of commercial radio back in 1923, when America's very first network radio broadcast aired with live theme tunes for its sponsors. By now, so ubiquitous has music become that it's the adverts without any music that are in the minority. Most adverts these days use a song or music in the background as their bedding. This sets an ambience, or tone, or style that the advertisers want to associate their product with. It might also put you in a mood that makes you feel like buying whatever it is they're selling. If you're selling a fast car, you want a soundtrack that's exciting and energetic. If you're flogging a stairlift, you'll need something a little steadier paced and reassuring. And if you're an upmarket, own-brand supermarket selling expensive food, then, well, you won't just want any background track. You'll want your very own background track.